Everyone, please be seated. All right. I'm pleased to welcome all graduates, families, and friends to the commencement ceremony for the class of 2022. Today is a big day for all of us graduates. It's a big day because after 4 years of late-night essay writing, having some classes that introduced us to new and challenging concepts, and frankly, having some teachers that might not have liked us as much as others, we are here to celebrate. We are here to celebrate the day that on the first day of our freshman year, we thought would never come. All of us have invested a lot of effort to be here, and yet we can't take all of the credit. Without our hardworking teachers who showed up for us every day and helped us through our problems, and without our friends, family, and administrators, we would have never gotten to this day. We all grew close to each other, and some of us even grew close to people to whom we never thought we'd grow close to. We grew close to these people simply because of a seating chart, or maybe they sat at our lunch table. That unexpected closeness is what I find great about high school. A class of high school students is really just a team of kids, all with the common goal of graduating. But along the way, I guarantee most of us have found something more special about the team of which we are a part of here today. The next year of our lives is going to be the most interesting year by far. We're all going on our separate journeys away from each other. It's scary, and yet it's so exciting at the same time. I certainly will miss our school and the many memories I've made here. Simultaneously, I can't wait to start the next chapter of my life. While on our own paths, whether we want to admit it or not, the things that we learned at Cape Central High School will in some way help get us where we need to go. Thank you, family, classmates, and faculty for all you've done to help us get here today. And class of 2022, look around you. Take it all in, relax, and enjoy our moment because we worked hard to get here. Welcome to graduation 2022.
At this time, I am pleased to recognize our Cape Central faculty stage guests. Later in our ceremony, our superintendent, Dr. Glass, will introduce the members of our Cape Girardeau Board of Education. I ask you to please hold your applause until all faculty stage guests have been introduced. Stage guests stand and remain standing until all are introduced. Dr. Neil Glass, Superintendent of Schools. Dr. Howard Binion, Deputy Superintendent of Secondary Schools. Ms. Mandy Keys, Superintendent of Special Services. Ms. Taylor Bryant, Cape Central English teacher who has been selected by our class to be our commencement speaker. Mr. Micah Janzo, Cape Central Science teacher and chair of our Science Department, who has been selected by our class to read our names as we receive our diplomas. Mr. Greg Jones, Cape Central English teacher who has been selected by our class to read our names as we receive our diplomas. The chairpersons of our academic departments at Cape Central High School. Mr. John Daniels, Art. Colonel Michael Gooden, Air Force, JROTC. Mrs. Patty Womble, Business. Ms. Crystal Cerny, English Language Arts. Mrs. Sarah Shell, Family and Consumer Science. Mr. Nicholas Cato, Library and Media Services. Mr. Josh Lamar, Music. Ms. Jane Como, Physical Education. Mrs. Peggy Starzinger, Special Education. Mrs. Judith Crenshaw, World Languages. Mr. Marty Vines, Social Studies. Members of Central Academy Leadership Team. Mr. Zach Payne, Director. Mrs. Andrea Beggs, Assistant Director. The members of our Cape Central Leadership Team. Mr. Tyson Moyers, Athletic Director. Mr. Bryce Beck, Assistant Principal. Mr. Drew Church, Assistant Principal. Mr. Andy McGill, Assistant Principal. And Ms. Nancy Scheller, Principal. Please join me in welcoming our faculty stage guests.
August 13th, 2009, our first day of kindergarten. The beginning of a thrilling 13-year roller coaster ride. The excitement we felt when we began our journey on that sunny day in August is the same excitement we feel today, a sunny day in May. In kindergarten, our obsessions were Hot Wheels, silly bands, Zuzu pets, and recess. Our only worries were if we had chips in our lunch bag and that it would be a sunny day so we could go play on the playground. We weren't very worried about our grades. We were only excited to go play with our friends. That's how it was for a while until we started slowly but surely maturing. We kept growing and searching for our individual interests. We pretended to be firefighters, police officers, princesses, marine biologists, and doctors. We all wanted to be one of these at one point in time. As we got a little bit older, we started to develop actual individuality and interests. When 5th grade came along, we began a new chapter of our lives, with more responsibilities, friends, and opportunities. It was crazy to think that we were finally out of elementary school. We were basically adults, not by law, but it felt like it. Middle school was stressful and awkward. I mean, this was the era of Vine and Musical.ly. If you dig deep enough on TikTok, I promise you can still find your old Musical.ly videos. It's not worth the watch unless you're looking for a very big cringe. Anyway, a couple of years later, on the last day of our 8th grade year, something I will never forget. It was when everyone began running down the hall, screaming, "We're freshmen!" Hearing the hoots and hollers, I've never seen that much excitement about growing up. Realistically, we were all excited but afraid of what might happen next. The idea of high school alone was frightening. Growing up, college, ACT scores, and grades weren't a concern until now. We were all afraid that we wouldn't do our best and succeed. Boy, were we wrong.
First day of freshman year, the excitement we all felt was incredible. We were ready to see our old friends, make new ones, and meet new teachers. The previous 8 years have all led up to this. We walked into our orientation scared, not knowing what to expect of everyone. I distinctly remember after orientation, everyone posted their schedules on Instagram and Snapchat, something that occurred every year. We had a very normal schedule and year. We had pep rallies, we were finally able to go sit at the jungle, we finally made it. But our sophomore year was very different from our first year. We were familiar, but not yet used to everything going on. We were still adjusting to the added expectations and pressures of being a high school student, with a new schedule and a different advisory method. So many things were changing. Things changed so much this year, I can barely remember it. Our sophomore year was something very unexpected. It was a whirlwind. During the midst of our second semester, we were hit with a detrimental pandemic. We lost friends, family, and experiences that were only once in a lifetime. Even though we lost so much, we have to remember that everything we lost helped us grow into the people we are today, and it brought all of us here. Junior year, we realized that we were so close to becoming adults, our friend groups changed, and we finally adjusted to the routine of quarantine. This year was academically challenging. After missing an entire semester, we were brought back to school. We hoped everything would go back to normal. The only normal thing we did was the ACT. That was the scariest part of junior year, and I'm so glad we got through that. Senior year is the moment we have all waited for. The moment we've watched our favorite characters deal with on TV. Back then, we thought that these 12 years would never end. But walking onto the stage today made me realize that soon we will all be adults, working, buying houses, starting families, and much more. The sudden realization that tonight will be our last moments together as a class is an overwhelming feeling of fear and anticipation. We have spent 12 years together. That's insane. In a couple of minutes, when you walk across this stage, accepting your diploma, I want you to think about your freshman year, how awkward and how different you are from the person standing here today. Think about everything that has led up to this moment, your achievements and your losses. Think about the people in your life who are celebrating this moment with you, whether here in Tiger Stadium or in spirit. Try to remember your younger self. What would they say about you? What would they think about this great achievement? I hope they are proud of you, just as proud as I am for all of us. This last year has been amazing. Thank you to everyone who has helped us reach this grand achievement. To all of our parents and guardians, teachers, faculty, friends, and family, thank you for believing in us. Thank you for teaching us how to become the best version of ourselves. And to the class of 2022, thank you for being amazing classmates. I can't wait to see how far we all go. Thank you.
Our student-selected graduation speaker, Ms. Taylor Bryant, has taught English at Cape Central High School for 3 years now. Ms. Bryant is a graduation of Murfreesboro High School and Southern Illinois University in Carbondale. Though she earned her bachelor's degree in political science, Ms. Bryant has long felt called to teach. Having completed her graduate degree in English at Southeast Missouri State University, Ms. Bryant returned to SIUC to earn her teaching certificate. Finally, she was ready and eager to become a Tiger. Ms. Bryant embodies a love of English language and literature. Students learn the excitement of literature and writing when they hear Ms. Bryant discuss Game of Thrones, Shakespeare, or Ernest Hemingway, after whom she named one of her dogs. Her infectious passion motivates students towards academic success. In addition to her work in the classroom, Ms. Bryant has proven herself to be a vital member of our school community. She coaches Scholar Bowl, serves on ad hoc committees, and has become a prominent leader in the English department. She generously shares her time and energy with all students and staff, especially to discuss unicorns, retro video games, or death metal. We are fortunate to have many capable and accomplished faculty at Cape Central High School, and Ms. Bryant has quickly established herself in that distinctive category. Ladies and gentlemen, Ms. Taylor Bryant.
Got to move this way down. Friends, Tigers, parents, family members, lend me your ears. I come to praise these seniors and congratulate them. When I was where you are sitting, I knew in my heart I wanted to be an English teacher. I took as many English classes in high school as I could. I got scholarships to pay for my degree. I mapped my coursework for all 4 years of college. I built relationships with my professors, and I never, rarely, skipped class. But my second year of college, in the spring semester, I was faced with an inordinate amount of adversity. I wasn't new to adversity, but at the college level, in the adult world, it was different. The level of ownership of that adversity increased. So when my grandfather died, and my cooperating teacher disapproved of me, and my grades started slipping, the fiery spirit with which I entered the College of Education became a smoldering pile of ash. At the age of 20, I felt defeated. In Ernest Hemingway's Nobel Prize-winning novel, The Old Man and the Sea, he writes, "Man was not made for defeat. A man can be destroyed, but not defeated." While I won't rehash every detail of the story for you, though I will highly recommend reading it, I must emphasize the characteristics which prevented the main character's defeat. The Old Man and the Sea teaches us that you may spend 100 pages of the story of your life fighting for something only to lose it. At the age of 20, I wasn't defeated. I was momentarily destroyed. At the age of 20, I was not defeated. I had a choice. And as Hemingway advises us in a different novel, people become stronger in their broken places if they allow themselves to be broken. So I could stay stagnant, wallow in my misery, admit defeat, or I could assess the paths in front of me and carry on. And so I chose.
I changed my major, I graduated early, and 5 years later, after many detours and more encounters with adversity, I found my way back to my heart's desire, teaching. Thus, here I stand in front of you, proud of you for all you've achieved and all the adversity you have already overcome. But it doesn't stop here. No matter the path you've chosen after Cape Central High School, you can expect that there will be more adversity. And when you face that adversity, I hope you remember this day. Take a moment and look around. Look in these stands and on this stage. This is what will help you persevere. When I look back on all my own heartaches, failures, tragedies, I realize it wasn't just my inner strength that got me through it all. It was my courage to ask for help and oftentimes admit I was wrong. Motivational speakers will emphasize that grit is the ultimate key to success. I certainly don't disagree with its significance, but I know so many of you have had your fair share and double doses of extenuating, grit-generating circumstances. Sure, grit is the ability to fall and then scrape the gravel out of your bleeding knees. But courage is not being embarrassed to ask for a Band-Aid. And humility is sitting patiently while you wait for one, as not everyone carries Band-Aids in their pockets. I'd be so bold as to say anyone who claims success without the help of others is a liar. After all, the literal, physical action of pulling yourself up by your bootstraps will only result in you falling flat on your face. Go ahead, think about it. Success is a combination of self-reliance and self-advocacy. Others are not to blame for our own failures, but others may have the tools to work us through them. You have a safety net here at Central. Use it, improve it. Build it wider so that the tendrils of that web are so secure, Icarus himself envies your ambition. The list is too long for me to name and thank every single person who has gotten me where I am today. But make no mistake, class of 2022, you are on that list too. Yes, I want to leave you with the message of don't give up. Don't be defeated. Be stronger in your broken places. But know this, you have left me a better teacher than I was in August of 2019, my first month at CHS. And what I really hope for your future is that you continue to inspire and touch lives as significantly as you have touched mine. You may very well spend 100 pages of the story of your life fighting only to lose. But don't forget that there is a 101st page, blank, and waiting for you to decide how you will win. Thank you.
Now I have to pull it way up. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It is my privilege as principal of Cape Central High School to join our senior class and our faculty and staff in welcoming you to Commencement 2022, the 110th commencement of Cape Central Senior High School. It is my privilege also to recognize the members of our Cape Central staff and faculty who are seated on the stage and on the track and in the audience this afternoon by asking them to stand so you can join me in thanking them for going above and beyond this school year and all 4 years they have invested in the success of the class of 2022. Faculty and staff, please stand. Thank you. I also want to acknowledge the parents and guardians of the class of 2022. We are blessed to have active parents at Central High School. I want to thank those parents who have given countless hours supporting the arts, the athletic programs, and our many co-curricular activities. Please know your support of your student and for CHS as a whole has not gone unnoticed and is greatly appreciated. Parents and guardians of the class of 2022, please stand. Thank you. On behalf of my staff and faculty colleagues, congratulations, class of 2022. You have made it. And really, you have made it is typical for me and high school principals across the nation to make every graduation. However, I think we all understand your class, having faced all that you have faced in your 4 years of senior high school and a windstorm at graduation, makes the fact that you have made it to your graduation today uniquely distinctive. Let's be honest, when you entered our senior high school August of your freshman year in the fall of 2018, no one could have predicted what our school, our nation, our world was going to face. Although your freshman year and most of your sophomore year was fairly conventional, March of your sophomore year, your high school journey has been anything but conventional. You have been forced to face a catalog of challenges unlike any class before you. Confusion, anxiety, division, illness, and death have dominated not only the news, but also much of our daily lives. Traditional teaching and learning had to be reconceived too quickly. Annual school events and traditions had to be changed and sometimes even canceled. Daily routines and schedules had been altered. You have good reason to have been disappointed and maybe even angry about things happening to you that were completely out of your control. And yet, here we are tonight, ready to honor and to celebrate with you one of life's most significant benchmarks. In just a few moments now, you will cross this stage, receive your diploma, high five and hug your friends and family, and join that long and distinguished line of Cape Central alumni. Most of you, and maybe some of your parents even, won't recognize the name Pete Seeger, but some grandparents will. Seeger is an American folk singer of the 50s and 60s who wrote the famous song, Turn, Turn, Turn. What was unique about Seeger's song was that he only wrote the title, Turn, 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 and one 6-word sentence that concluded his song. The rest of the song was from the Old Testament by King Solomon. Whether you listen to Seeger's recording or read King Solomon's original words, you will encounter the following words of truth. To everything there is a season and a time to every purpose under heaven. A time to be born and a time to die. A time to plant, a time to reap. A time to break down, a time to build up. A time to weep, a time to laugh. A time to mourn and a time to dance. The good and the bad, the yin and the yang, the inevitable pains and joys in life. Seeger reminds us in his title that as life continues, it turns and it turns and it turns. Seeger's famous last line of his song is one of assurance, of hope, of confidence when it declares, "A time for peace. I swear it's not too late." You have overcome huge hurdles the past 4 years, and I want to assure you there is coming for each of you a time to build up, a time to laugh, and a time to dance. As you are graduated this evening, more than anything, I hope, I pray, this next season of your life will be a time of peace. Peace in our world, in our nation, in our community, and most of all, peace in your heart. Class of 2022, congratulations, you have made it. One of the greatest joys for a high school principal is to recognize the academic accomplishments of our students. I am pleased to invite our 2022 salutatorian, Miss Sophia Sapp, to join me on stage. Sophia is the daughter of Shane and Sylvia Sapp. Sophia entered Central High School from Nell Holcomb and finishes her journey today as a proud graduate of the Cape Central class of 2022. Upon graduation, Sophia will attend the University of Missouri-Columbia, where she will study food science. When asked which teacher has made the greatest impact for her, Sophia complimented Mr. Vines for being an effective teacher who genuinely cares about all of his students, Miss Seabaugh for being challenging and fun, and Mr. Cato for making English enjoyable. One of Sophia's favorite CHS memories is attending Beta State competition sophomore year, where she earned 4th place on the science exam. Afterward, she and her friends attempted and failed to make a gingerbread house back at the hotel. Beyond our classroom, Sophia has been busy. In addition to Beta Club, she has played varsity volleyball, ran track, played in our symphonic orchestra, competed in Scholar Bowl, and volunteered at St. Francis Hospital. Sophia is a member of National Honor Society, Tiger Ambassadors, College Ambassadors, CHS Athletic Council, and the competitive math team. Academically, Sophia is an AP scholar with distinction. Having studied the subject independently, she earned 2nd place in calculus at a math field day. Sophia has also earned bronze, silver, and superior ratings at the State Music Festival, where she played violin. Please welcome our prom queen and salutatorian for the class of 2022, Miss Sophia Sapp. Thank you. You're welcome. Do you need help? I think please.
Good evening, everyone. What nice weather we're having. So when coming up with something to say today, my first and foremost thought was keep it short and sweet. This speech most likely will not be remembered by many of you, and that's okay, because the true star of this show is each and every one of us walking across the stage and receiving a diploma that symbolizes the 13 years of hard work and dedication we had to school. Now, the second thought that ran across my mind when brainstorming the speech was, what have I learned throughout high school? So I reflected on my entire high school experience, and one thought came to mind again and again. Find someone or something that challenges you and have fun with it. Now, this is widely open to interpretation. You could take up bobsledding to spice up life, take a quantum physics class for fun, or if you're college-bound, you could join a club with people you're unfamiliar with to strengthen your social skills. Now for me, I face many challenges and obstacles involving the peskiness of my pal Samuel. An example that comes to mind is during our sophomore year when Samuel asked if I wanted to play a duet with him. My initial response was, heck to the no, because anybody that knows me knows that when I play in front of an audience, I shake like I've had 23 shots of espresso. But eventually I crumbled, and we practiced once a week with at least a portion of the practice dedicated to laughing at each other. When it came time to perform, I thought I'd go into cardiac arrest, but I survived and we did well. Samuel has been one of my greatest motivators throughout high school, and I think in the beginning of high school we relied a lot on each other to push each other academically and socially, but as we've gotten older, we've gained more independence, and now I strive to push myself more. And it's the simple things like taking charge of a group project that have propelled me outside of my comfort zone. Through events like these, I have grown as a person exponentially and have gained an immense amount of self-confidence. Facing tribulations is what makes us resilient, and that is the most substantial advice that I have learned throughout high school. Before I go, I would like to thank a few people. Thank you, Samuel, for deleting one of my scholarship applications. Thank you, Lamaya, for giving me a break from everyday obstacles with your contagious, energetic attitude. Thank you, Mr. Vines, for writing a world record-worthy amount of recommendations. Thank you, Mr. Cato, for allowing me to criticize your lunch every day and vice versa. Thank you, Mr. Probst, for 3D printing brains for our physics field trip. Thank you, Ms. Seabaugh, for demonstrating the end behaviors of even and odd functions. And most importantly, thank you, Mom, Dad, Skylar, Grammy, and Papa, and all of my family for being the best support system I could ask for. With that, congratulations, and best of luck on your future endeavors, class of 2022.
Before introducing our valedictorian, I am pleased to recognize selected groups of seniors who also have distinguished themselves academically during their years at Cape Central. I invite all seniors who have earned the Cape Central College Preparatory Studies Certificate to please stand. I can't. You may be seated. I invite all seniors who are ranked in the top 10% of their graduation class to please stand. Please be seated. I invite all seniors who have been inducted into our Cape Central chapter of the National Honor Society to stand. Please be seated. I invite all seniors who have been inducted into the National Vocational Technical Honor Society to stand. Please be seated. I invite all seniors who have completed the ACE program earning an associate's degree or the core 42 college credit hours through Cape College Center to stand. Please be seated. I invite all seniors who have completed all JAG requirements to stand. Please be seated. I invite all seniors who have earned designation as Missouri A+ high school graduates to stand. Please be seated. I would also like to recognize any senior who has enlisted in any branch of the military to serve our country to stand and be recognized. Please be seated. I am now pleased to invite the valedictorian of the class of 2022, Mr. Samuel Wong, to join me at the lectern. Samuel is the son of Min Hee So and Sung Nam Wong. Samuel has been a Cape Girardeau Public Schools Tiger since middle school. Upon graduating from Cape Central, Samuel will attend Harvard University, where he will major in computer science and minor in mathematics. That deserves an applause. Sorry. Samuel named the following teachers and staff as having been particularly influential. Miss Pamela Bach, our library assistant, with whom he shares many inside jokes. Mrs. Cribley, for being someone he could talk to. Mrs. Womack, for her practical jokes. Miss Seaball, for supplying him with mint currency. And Mr. Hasey, for suffering through DeBarrio with him.
Can you not say this?
Samuel is telling me what to do.
Because that's in the speech and I don't want to.
Okay. I'm skipping that part. Beyond our classrooms, Samuel was involved in Beta Club, Varsity Scholar Bowl, Symphonic Orchestra, and combinational research. Samuel has earned many accolades, including first place in Beta Nationals for the mathematics exam and superior rankings at the District Music Festival for his violin solo and duet. Samuel is a 5-time American Invitational Mathematics Exam qualifier and a USA Computing Olympiad. Samuel scored a perfect 36 on his ACT and was selected as a Missouri Top 100 candidate. Samuel is also a National Merit Scholarship recipient. Ladies and gentlemen, our prom king and 2022 valedictorian, Mr. Samuel Wong.
First of all, thank you, Sophia, for telling everyone that I deleted your scholarship so that everyone thinks I'm a bad person, but it's okay. So before I begin a speech, I would like to keep a promise from 2 years ago. The promise was to bow at my graduation speech. If I was to completely keep the promise, I need to get off the stage right now, but I also kind of don't want to get expelled at graduation, and I'm also gonna just take this off. Welcome again, seniors, parents, teachers, and everyone in the audience, some of whom traveled hundreds of miles, maybe even thousands to arrive here, to graduation. The only unfortunate part is I know what 99% of the people in the audience are thinking right now. They're currently giving me death stares, thinking, you better get off the stage right now. I came here to watch my little baby. Seniors, I know you hated that phrase, but I promise you most of your parents still think of you that way. I came here to watch my little baby throw their cap in the air and celebrate their graduation, not to watch this random individual talk on stage. So you better get off the stage right now. First of all, ouch. Second of all, understandable. I wouldn't want to watch myself talk either, to be honest. But that realization taught me an important lesson, and it's that I should keep the speech short if I don't want any enemies. And lessons can come from many unexpected sources. In my 10th grade year, while I was sitting in Mrs. Cribley's advisory class, I remember when someone asked her, Mrs. Cribley, if we want more paper, can't we just print more from printers? Mrs. Cribley and I stared at each other, calculating what we just heard. So apparently printers have this magic ability to have like mini trees inside and cut them and then make paper from them. I don't know, but I didn't know that. But that story might have seemed like it contained no lessons, but it did. The paper printing printers became a recurring inside joke between Mrs. Cribley and me, and it helped me develop a better teacher-student relationship with her as a result. And this taught me the lesson that positive outcomes can come from the smallest things, or in this case, the silliest of things. And lessons do not necessarily need to be extremely massive or fancy or life-changing. For example, 3 years ago, I was called down to the office while I was in Mrs. Womack's class, expecting a piece of paper congratulating me on existing. I get those a lot, actually, but my heart throbbed when Miss Watson actually handed me a detention slip instead. But there was some oddities with the slip. So the first one is that the reason for the detention slip was that I hacked school computers. I don't know how to hack. And the second oddity was that the day was April 1st. And that day I learned that I should never trust Mrs. Cribley or Mrs. Womack ever again. And although that is a rather silly lesson, those small lessons and experiences are what make us unique. As a random elf with the name of Togiak on a Minecraft server, of all the quotes that made it in, that's the one that made it in. It is not the large acts of killing some beast or helping save a village that define you. It's the simple, small, everyday decisions that make you who you are. And I hope this speech too, although many people probably ignored it, unfortunately, but understandably, provided a small lesson, whether it be that this random individual is abhorrent at making speeches, or that you are good at sitting through a boring speech, that is now a part of your life, albeit small. And before I end the speech, I would like to thank Sophia for eating a lemon because I told her to. Without washing it, I'm surprised she didn't get sick. Thank you, Dr. Daly, for sticking with me while a research paper got rejected by publishers 4 times. We do have a published paper now, it's okay. But thank you, Halen, my girlfriend, for not punching me every time I call you short, because she's 5'2". That's really short. Although Miss Bryant is shorter than that, so she might have been offended by that and might give me an F on my essays. I'm sorry, I didn't mean it. But thank you, Ms. Dubois, for pulling a fake rat from your shirt pocket and putting me and many others into a panic. And thank you, my mom, my dad, and my brothers for not grounding me after this dreadful speech. Okay, that's it for me. Thank you. Have a great day.
Ladies and gentlemen, I ask for your respectful attention for a very special recognition of commemoration. If I may please draw your attention to the first row on the left side of our graduate seating. You will notice 4 designated chairs for commemoration. As we gather this afternoon, and as many well know, we are missing 4 members of our graduating class of 2022. Madison Robinson, Micaiah Tompkins, Nevaeh Horrell, and Alex Powderly. We pause this afternoon in a brief moment of silence to honor each of their lives and the contributions each made to our school community by acknowledging their places in our graduating class. To their families and friends who are with us this afternoon, please be assured these 4 members of the class of 2022 and each of you forever hold a special place in our hearts, in our memories, and in our prayers. Please join me now in our moment of silence. May the memories of these 4 beautiful classmates be a blessing to us all. Thank you. Are y'all ready? I am now pleased to ask our Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Neil Glass, to join me at the lectern. Dr. Glass, my faculty colleagues and I present the 2022 graduating class of Cape Central High School, so you and the Board of Education for graduation. The faculty has collectively determined that each person in this class has satisfactorily completed the required course of study as prescribed by the Missouri Department of Elementary and Secondary Education, as well as by the School District of Cape Girardeau.
Thank you, Principal Scheller. On behalf of the Board of Education, I'm honored to accept this class of 2022. At this time, I am pleased to introduce our board members. If you would, please stand to be recognized when I call your name. Mr. Matt Welker, Board President. Dr. Missy Fagley, Board Vice President. Mr. Paul Cairns. Mr. Casey Cook. Ms. Veronica Langston. Mr. Kyle McDonald, and Mr. Jared Ritter. Speaking on behalf of the board members and the entire district, I would like to say congratulations, class of 2022. We are extremely proud of you. Congratulations, and we hope that you enjoy today's ceremony, and we wish you the best in your future success. Ms. Scheller, we are now ready to present our diplomas to the Cape Central High class of 2022.
Patrick Philip Arrow. Fanny Paola Aguilera Nativi. Abigail Lillian Alday. Ariel Brianna Allen. Tracy Kathleen Antle. Jordan Elizabeth Babers. Evian Shariel Ari Baker. Shane Joseph Berry. Casey Lee Barwick. Jakari Treviante Beal. Kanye Ramon Bell. Aubrey Hannah Benthel. Caleb Dylan Hawkins Bertrand. Zachariah Lee Biggerstaff. Miles Lee Bills. Angela Jashawn Ben. Marielle Rose Bisher. Bryce Ruddick Blair. Lonnie Rose Blyle. Tamaya Lachelle Blissett. Marquise Simone Boyd Jr. Delaney Rose Boyer. Molly Nicole Boyer. Jonathan Thomas Brantner. Connor Alexander Brazel. Brianna Lynn Breeden. Rachel Susanna Breeding. Wyatt Edward Brinkoff. Raquel Denise Brock. Jelani Wade Brown. Zora Maureen Brown. Jaylee Michelle Brumbaugh. Camden Thur Scott Butcher. Ashley Naela Anikwa Butler. Yannick Diera Marie Kane. Martasia Elise Carter. Rija Fatima Chaudhry. Alexis Nicole Childers. Carly Rebecca Childers. Jasmine Nevaeh Nicole Clark. William Andrew Clippard. Matthew Charles Concho. Hunter Joseph Cooper. James Russell Copen. Marquavia DeMonet Corbett. Creed Brake Davis. Isabella Louise Dennis. Thomas DePeter. Braylon Tristine Dybert. Toriana Kashmir Dybert. Quinaya Timothea Katheri Dickinson. Riley Ray Daughtery. Loran Ashley Drum. Jaron Armani Edmonds. Carly Elizabeth Edmondson. Christian James Elbricht. Ronald Eugene Etheridge III. Alexander Wayne Fair. Jacob Lamont Falk Jr. Anthony Faust Jr. Jeannie Mae Flores. Emily Brooke Ford. Olivia Grace Gariani. Jalen A. Marie Garman. Lucy Claire Gerard. Amarion Dontre Gibson. Pearl Rain Gettle. William Maurice Gorman IV. Sarah Elizabeth Grammer. Savannah June Greenwood. Mariah Nicole Griffith. Ethan Joseph Groves. Owen Dale Groves. Caden Michael Hahn. Jair Laquan Hamilton. Jalen Malik Hamilton. Trayvon Alshon Handy. Abigail Lucy Hanson. Cameron David Harris. Gia Isabella Hawkins. Joseph Francis Hazard. Jaharian Sincere Hempstead. Mia Chanel Henderson. Nicholas Alexander Hess. Zachary Stephen Hess. Jacob Paul Hill. Samuel Marcus Hill III. Nicholas Alexander Hodges. Elisha Alexander Holly. Benjamin Stephen Hanza. Emma Josephine Horrell. Collier Ray Howard. Aiden Lee Haring. Elijah Cobre Huff. Piper Ryan Hall. Samuel Huang. Tyree Anthony Bell Jackson. Keelan Scott Johnson. Marquise Cornelius Johnson. Trinity Renee Johnson. Elijah Lee Jones. Brianna Neve Jones. Kenlia Unique Jones. Tamia Marie Jones. Tremarion DeVell Jones. William Graff Jones. William Burke Julian. Zion Rain Ketcherside. Jolie Faith Kidd. Ethan Michael Kite. Mackenzie Paige Kilburn. Landon Joseph Neal King. Hannah Elizabeth Koenig. Camille Elizabeth Kerner. Blake Michael Colwick. Jesse Garvin Kirkendall III. Olivia Rochelle Langston. Grace Charlotte Larimore. Marcellus Mackay Lawrence. Travis Shane Lee. Cherokee Denaja Lee Vaughn. Courtney Jonte Lewis. Kiesia Lene Long. Lamaya Tian Mackins. Zachary Paul Marbury. Charity Nicole Marsh. Are you Dina? Did you show up? Okay, good. Dina Alana Martin. Connor James Matlock. Zachary Tyler Madison. Mykesia Michelle Maxwell. Zoe Nicole Mayfield. Melena Elise McAllister. Kenneth Campbell McDonald. Chrislyn Elise McGee. Ezra Lee McGuire Jenkins. Marcus Lapierre Marvelous McKinley II. Holden Lee McKnight. Ethan Michael McMillan.
Cade Matthew McNeely. Caitlin Marie Melton. Jonathan Miranda Rico. Logan Joseph Mizico. Caleb Dwayne Moody. Connor Philip Moore. Gage Joseph Moore. Richa Marie Moore. Charles Eugene Moss Jr. Max Allen Moyers. Savannah Danae Murdoch. Levantrez Damon Murray. Tamara Sadia Latrice Murray. Ava Rain Nelson. Ryder Lane Nestler. Kiana May Newkirk. Sydney LaRose Newman. Constance Sierra Newsom. Kamarion Shamar Norfleet. Jamarion Brochet Nunley Blissett. Kendall Marie O'Kelly. Elizabeth Ashley Ogburn. Demonte Quay Viante Omarius Oliver. Dustin Allen Olson Jr. Adriana Padilla Riviera. Jordan Emily Pappas. Kyra Michelle Parker. Manuel Joel Perez. Summer Rose Picard. Haley Jane Petrie. Nathan Garrett Phelps. Braden Michelle Pittman. Julian Lee Poole. Mackay Tyree LeVar Perdaman. Mackenzie Rose Ramdeal. Ashante Marie Randall. Jason Calvin Ray. Toby Matthew Ray. Anastasia Diane Reiner. Bronson Luke Rutherford. Jackson Christopher Rieger. Anne Marie Westcoat Ritter. Anthony Zakai Robinson. Caroline Elizabeth Robison. Sophia Grace Robinson. Riley Alexa Roebuck. Jayla Lynn Rogers. Jordan Jaquan Rogers. Dylan Grant Rose. Jaquan Demetrius Lee Rose. Xavier Anthony Ross. Andrew Scott Roth. Alyssa Marie Russler. Danica Leanda Edwina Russell. Jackson Moore Rustin. Tyson Andrew Sadler. Cecilia Rose Philomena Sandifer. Julio Cesar San Juan. Sophia Josephine Sapp. Dolores Ann Scales. Alexis Marie Schmidt. Cassandra Grace Schmidt. Nicholas Edward Schmidt. Stephen Ray Allen Shade. McKaylee Elizabeth Shockley. Paige Morgan Sides. Reese Edwin Sides. Ashley Danae Simmons. Abigail Dizzy Nicole Simon. Adrian Elise Sims. Kianje Ajore Sanise Slaughter. Sebastian Tyler Slinkard. Allison Ann Smart. Charles Jermaine Smith Jr. Demarion. Demarion Zamarius Smith. Faith Shaylin Spears. Is she not here? Camden Annalee Soto. Jaylee Grace Spain. Lilith Shadow Starnes. Zakira Nashay Starnes. Nicholas Cole Stearns. Brianna Marie Steck. Jay Sean Alan Maurice Sterling. Riley Morgan Stevens. Okay. Faith Shaylin Spears. Okay. Just want to make sure. Xander Lane Stewart. Lasiah Mache Stone. Abigail Renee Stout. Anna Grace Stricker. Lydia Lynn Strickland. Olivia Deshay Suchman. Elise Rose Sumner. Damon Deshanti Kanye Taylor. Ty Austin Thatcher. Elias Christopher Theall. Madison Nicole Thomas. Christiana LaShawn Thompson. Colin Orville Thorne. Tamaya Tianche Thornton. Allie Rose Tillotson. Ethan Gage Tingle. Nathan Lee Tran. Alexis Sybil Nicole Tricky. Diraje Deara Tucker. Erica Camille Underwood. Ikea Manesia Vaughn. Jalexius Caprice Vaughn. Just want to make sure. Atticus Nolan Vines. Ella Grace Vogel. James Kyle Wadley. Devin Walker. Kendarius Latron Walker. Celeste Mariah Iyani Walker. Nathaniel Lee Wallace. Okay, that's what I thought. Elena Nicole Webb. Lanaya Janae Webster. Phoenix Olivia Nicole Wilkins. Jeremiah Lee Williams. Carlonda Sharice Kiara Wilson. Tambria Nichelle Wilson. Nicholas Scott Wingo. Fantasia Danae Wiseman. Shayla K. Wiseman. Emma Grace Ann Wolf. Camille, right? Camille Dean Woodson. Lana Marion Geneve Woolard. Aaron Leland Wren. Tamaya Diane Wren. Brianna Sue Wright. Caleb Kyle Young. Esperanza Joy Zelite. Yeah. Stella Grace Wright. Anna Evelyn Gasca. Lauren Ann Lamar. Garrison James Cabral.
Two announcements. One, please remember seniors, your diploma packets are at the tables located by the visitors concession stand. You can pick it up before you leave. Second, Mr. McWilson from our Career and Technology Center has recorded tonight's commencement ceremony, and it will be posted on YouTube for you to view and share. Seniors, listen carefully. It is now time for your very last Cape Central CAP exam. I invite the graduating class to complete the traditional movement of your tassels, signifying your readiness to commence. Ladies and gentlemen, I am pleased to present to you the 2022 graduating class of Cape Central Senior High School.